Oh yeah, that's right. We had that whole Silver Sable thing happen. I was waiting for some subtitle to help clue me in. It's been a little while. But
Yeah, the bitch has been sent forth into the foggy city of Queens, and well, it's definitely not the best of times right now.
And you know what?
we've had better days, and now we know that what's happened is that Mayor Osborne no longer feels safe after that bomb thing. So he's now hired Sable International's mercenaries to basically become his new private security firm.
Great.
Well, I will say, I meant to talk about this when you and Matt were talking about like Sable's betrayal, but I never got a chance to. I think one thing. No, it's fine. No one's fault. One thing I did.
Ooh, wheat cake recipe.
No.
Interesting. Anyway, I was about to say, it's funny that you guys are talking about, like, how she is in the comics, how she is in this game. Up to this point, the only real exposure that I have as far as, like, who Silver Sable is the Ultimate Spider-Man game, and in Shattered Dimensions, where her same voice actor for that game returns, and she's definitely a lot more,
I could never
like...
make it work on my own.
I'm trying to think of what the word is. She's not as, like, strict and stick in the mud as she is in this game.
If I'm not mistaken, was Sable ever a thing in the Marvel vs. Capcom games? Okay.
If so,
maybe I'm thinking of someone else.
I'm surprised she isn't, considering
this is one of Mom's earliest projects.
potency
we were trying to
as
develop a bacteria that would dissolve all the plastic in the oceans.
Good old plastic in the ocean thing.
She ran out of time.
It never gets old.
Like, if you have any ideas,
the poor
really
turtle with its head stuck in a... Oh, jeez, I actually saw
some
that
genetic
once before.
tweaking, I might be able to crack it.
I still know that
Sly, I can't seem to get this plastic off my neck. Can you help me out here?
Wait.
I feel so face like...
I can keep the bacteria alive in my web.
Just now imagine like Sly's. I just imagine like there's like a lesson that Sly and Murray are giving for some stupid reason, even though they're thieves. But they're giving like an infomercial on recycling or carefully disposing of trash. Like like you're supposed to cut holes in the soda can things, like cut them so they don't make little loops.
Right.
And Murray's like, "Are you sure this is really necessary?" And Sly's like, "Bentley, it's like Murray, it's all everything."
Oh man!
Oh crap!
Whoa!
It's in the cartridge for the
Okay, so basically we're trying to carry the bacteria, but the bacteria is literally eating our webs. So unless I'm doing my web zip. Oh, by the way, we just passed a really fun little Easter egg. I'll talk about that in a bit. Actually, I might as well talk about that now. We just passed by a movie theater.
Oh, fun? You mean fun as in somewhat depressing?
Tragic. It was very tragic, but it actually it worked out real quick. Okay, real quick. Going back to forth.
Oh my God!
Basically, we have to make it all the way across
vaping.
town. Basically, we have to go all the way across town without web swinging because of this dang chemical that keeps eating our webs. Except for the web zipping. It definitely lets you improvise your mobility.
That's good.
They have to dispose of their chemicals in these containers.
Anyway, moving back. The next thing was the Sly, Murray, and Bentley thing was Murray's like, Sly's like, Murray, every bit helps. And then it just cuts to Bentley, Sly, and it cuts to him with his head rammed through one of those things. He's like, not one word.
You know what?
And you have to help him out.
I'm sorry for asking, but while you guys were I was about to say, I'm sorry for asking, but while you guys were in the middle of that, I had to look over something for one of my folks. What are we talking about?
Oh, we were talking about Sly Bentley, like, we were just making fun of a recycling thing with, like, making fun of, it was a tragic thing. I saw a turtle with its head rammed through one of those things. We had this idea of having there be a recycling infomercial with Bentley and Murray and Sly for some weird reason, even though they're thieves, and it just ended out on a punchline of Bentley having his head rammed through one of those things. He's like, not one word.
Actually, I was thinking it's like,
now I just need to grab the bonding agent.
But we care about the environment.
Yeah. You have to steal back from the environmentally, like, I mean, they've done that before. They helped with Jean Bisson.
I'm sorry, I just realized, like, Sly's being all, we may be thieves, but we care about the environment. And Bentley's over on the corner, is like, I'm sorry, what was that you were saying? And he's just mixing all sorts of chemicals.
Now the industrial
I just had a really dumb idea, which was like the freaking monsters saying we care. It's like, Sly Cooper, we steal because we feel.
Nice.
I don't know, or we steal because it heals. I don't know, some stupid thing.
So about that whole Easter egg from earlier.
Yes. So we passed by a movie theater, which usually the movie theaters have like the titles of it, and like especially the old-fashioned movie theaters, they have it up in the black lettering, like in the frames. That's how you get such humorous bits as way back when it was like Pirates of the Caribbean, the famous movie Knocked Up, which is I guess a decent comedy, and Shrek, which ended up with a very humorous thing you find on the internet where someone ordered the movies so it looked like Pirates knocked up Shrek.
Wait, what?
Wow.
And you're like, whoops. Anyway, movie thing. I'll show that to you later. Hype. So
Beautiful.
they're on the movie sign in this
I
game.
think I improved the bacteria.
A individual
only
had
tell for
reached
sure
out to
back at Harry's
Insomniac
research
Games
station.
and asked them if he could sneak in a wedding
Oh,
proposal
that.
to
Have my
his
website
girlfriend
back.
Maddie into
Let's
this
see.
game, so he could play it and be like, "Hey, what's that over there?" Da-dun.
That's what I'm
Oh,
talking
nice.
about.
We can swing again. Fine.
Yay.
Oh, thank goodness.
I'll never take you for granted
So
again.
they put it in. They did like it took a
I
little
hope
bit
this
discussing, but for free
I
they
remember
included
when
that little
Harry's
thing.
mom
So the
started the
movie
project.
theater is Maddie, will you
It meant
marry
so
me?
much to them both. Where there's a web,
And
there's a way.
then about a couple months prior to the game's release,
Maddie dumped him.
individual and Maddie, Maddie
Here's
dumped
the
him.
testing receptacle,
Ooh.
full of plastic.
Skank.
It
Let's
was
see what happens.
very sad. However, I can confirm. Let's see if this chemical works.
It's working.
Yay.
Not as fast as I'd hoped, but better than before. Probably needs further testing.
Yeah, it's not like a perfect miracle thing, which I like. I like that the
We
game
get
is
all
like
plastic.
it's not some miracle
It's a big
cure. We
step
didn't just
forward.
like solve all
Enough for
the
Oscorp to keep
plastic, but
working
it
on it.
definitely
They'd win
worked
the Nobel
pretty
Prize.
decently on some of those
And
bottles.
it wouldn't
Anyway,
hurt their stock price.
I
Start.
can confirm. I can confirm through Reddit that at least one person who happened to be dating a girl named Maddie capitalized on that Easter egg.
Well, you know, I do wonder how the original guy that asked for that little Easter egg felt about that.
Oh, I
He-
bet about
Aw.
My
his
parents
his
died in a
proposal being
plane crash.
recycled. I don't know.
I still
Bring it
think
back to
Speaking of
recycling.
recycled proposals,
Wish I knew more about them.
So
wish
he
anyone
jokes
did.
about. So he was mentioning. I don't know if he was joking or not. Were they actually secret agents?
I think it kind of. I know in the Mark Webb films they played that up, but without giving too much because they got canned before they can make a third film. I think in the Ultimate Universe they are. I really couldn't begin to tell you besides that.
That's a
I
keeper.
don't know what the heck I just took a photo of. It's
You
too
took a
foggy.
picture of the birds.
Oh, okay, cool.
And of
That's
nothing.
why Jonah paid me the big bucks.
And that thing, and some of them are cool, like those landmarks. Other than were random, like
What do
oh
you know
look,
about
flower wall.
Sable
Okay,
International?
2,000 points.
They're an international security
Yes, they
firm,
work for
usually hired
what's
by
the name of the
government
country
to
that
end
she comes from? It's like
revolutions.
Samsaria or
start them.
something.
I
The last
don't
thing
know.
we need is a city full of
But I know that's where they get a lot of their
traitor-crafty
technology
mercenaries.
from. And we learn about this more in the DLC, but
They're setting up
she
checkpoints
she
around the
ran
city,
this
doing
whole
random
company
stop and
because
frisks.
the
It's
country that she
crazy.
lives is under a dictatorship,
Norman
and she's
Osborn
like
feeling
trying to help
threatened.
she's trying to help arm and supply the revolution.
so they're basically rebels.
Or I guess in their country they are. Internationally, they're just a mercenary. Oh, this mission's a fun one.
Kind of a
Cell
cell
tower frequency.
Esoteric with the station monitors the city's cell tower maintenance.
Hey, Pete.
Also, as you notice, I
One of my
usually
pet
cut out loading
projects.
times if I can help.
I
them,
always
unless
thought the
there's-
cellular
Sure.
network was vulnerable
It helps.
to terrorist attacks, so I set
I'm
this
sure
So-
Matt appreciates that.
Welcome to a level that feels like it's straight out of the old PS1 games for some reason.
Uh-oh.
All right, because you can't
there's-
go past, you
there's a
can't go
glitch in the
certain
system
ways
that's
down the
causing
floor because
interference.
of the
Right.
symbiote
If I don't
fog.
fix it,
I mean,
It'll
whatever
bring the
this
whole
is.
network down.
because
Now
of
it's
the
only affecting
glitch
the most sensitive
matrix
equipment,
fog.
like mine.
So
I need to
yeah,
stay
there's some
outside the
glitch
areas of
matrix, and
interference
it.
while I fix the cell towers.
Who would have thunk? It happens to work. It happens to really
I set
interfere
my
with our
lenses to show me
pacemaker.
the
I mean,
danger
our
zone.
suit that makes us
Gotta
die
fix the
if
cell
we stay
towers
in
before
there
the
for
whole
too
city's
long.
comms go down.
Really?
So I guess it's like because it's so like wired into
Size
our
of the
body.
problem
Like
area
imagine
fluctuates.
imagine
I need to be
wearing a
ready for a sudden
defibrillator
change.
kit that's going wild
Whee!
because of this. So it hurts. So the idea is
So,
that this,
so basically, if we basically fall down to ground level, we die.
Yeah.
you'll take a lot of damage, but yeah,
One
stay
down.
there for too long, you'll die.
You'll need to
And
fix
as you're
three more to
noticing,
solve the
it's like the
problem.
rising lava in a freaking Mario stage. This whole little like window of
can use
mobility
those
is going
helicopters to swing.
down and up,
So much
and
depends on cellular
that's why you
Oh,
have
boy.
to like use
Crash
these
would affect
helicopters
police, hospitals.
and
It'd be as bad as a
Well, it's a good thing all
blackout.
these helicopters
Gotta
are
hurry.
around,
Soon
period.
The whole system's gonna go.
oh,
Christ, this seems like this honestly. Ow!
see, it's
my
like right there.
eardrums were gonna burst.
Will the areas
that
of
happen to
damage
everyone.
ever actually be on any of these poles that you have to go to?
No, never.
Got it.
Just
Oh,
yeah,
suck
just
on the
stick
jet.
between
It's only
them.
halfway done.
Oh, yeah, just stick to them. And again, as you saw
That's
there,
one's at damage control.
Oh
yep,
man.
or one of
I
them.
wish
There's
there
still
was a way
one
to
more
fix
after this,
for
but
everyone
Oh.
except
yeah,
people
you just
who use
have
their
to
phones in movies.
manage it. And again, you can heal at all times. Ha.
Yeah, that was a
Problem's
close
getting
one.
worse. Got that one
I
fixed.
heard that.
Bought me some time, but invisible walls closing in.
Oh,
I
He was trying to say like 4 different things at
Yeah, I was
once
about to
there.
say, Spider-Man keeps interrupting himself.
Oh boy.
Oh god!
This is gonna suck.
Ow, ow, ow,
This is
ow,
gonna
my
suck.
ears!
I'm moving. Oh, I knew
You're
the second I made that
scared
jump, that was gonna
much
suck.
more!
Devil damn.
Yeah, that hurt. So yeah, that's why I'm gonna keep hanging on to my meter and
Yeah.
heal whenever I get a
And again,
chance
this
to.
is something that if we didn't fiddle around with that,
Oh,
ow,
buddy.
ow, ow, ow.
Sorry, too high. Go ahead, James.
It's like, I'm sorry, I'm thinking to myself, like, we could
There you
have
go.
just left that whole obs court,
Now New Yorkers can
that
share their
whole-
domestic
yeah,
that whole
research
station
thing.
alone, and none of this would have
and
happened.
emergency services are safe.
But
which is
if we
also
didn't, the
important.
whole
If the
world
network
would
had
have collapsed.
crashed, it would have cost Oscorp a bundle
I just
to fix
imagine
the
one of these is
problems.
gonna be like,
They'll wanna
hey
keep this
Pete,
station
in my
up and
off time this past
Harry's
summer, I ended up
project
making a
should
doomsday device. So, I need your help. It's like, oh wow, the doomsday device is just about to go off. Who'd have thunk?
Sheesh. Only in the world of Marvel would something like that be, would that make sense.
See, now this is the part where I have to say, oh, hang on.
I need a minute.
What's up? The system is down?
Again?
System is down.
Wasn't me. I mean, what towers?
I don't mind. In fact, I need your help.
Oh.
Sometimes the lip
I
sync is a
think
little bit odd,
someone's
but
jamming the system, and they must be using multiple jammers to cover the full frequency range. Could you take a look?
her animations seem a
If
little
you
stiff.
help, I promise
Well,
I
it's
won't
random
know when you're
NPC.
hacking us.
Right.
I prefer to call it sharing, but sure.
First, I need to activate this tower at some
Jammers
point
in
so
the
I can know
signal
where
I
the
can
heck
detect.
I'm.
Just need to swing
Yeah,
through the
so apparently,
financial
oh,
district
that's
and
why I
hunt
can't see
for a
anything
signal.
because frickin' Wilson Fisk's men have put jammers all over the
Found a
place.
signal.
Damn it,
Just need
Fisk.
to follow it.
Even in
98%
prison, he
muscle-
still has the power.
Frickin' 98% muscular man.
Ugh.
Your crimes of frickin' pressuring
Oh,
our
boy.
youth into
This is my
buying
shot
muscle
face.
milk end here.
I just realized there's a character we haven't seen in the Marvel vs. Capcom game yet.
Kingpin?
King-
I'm not
Yeah.
sure, to be
Yeah.
honest.
I remember him being a pretty big villain, especially after Spider-Verse. I'm surprised they haven't done something like that.
Well, in
the
Spider-Verse
look-
is-
Go ahead.
I was just about to say, in Spy-Verse's case, it's both figuratively and literally. Devil damn design.
This is gonna be fun.
Donk.
But
I love
yeah,
this
as far
part.
as the arcade scene, I think Kingpin's only been seen in like The Punisher, and that's about it.
Yeah.
Like, I do
Which,
know
yeah,
that, like,
which-
honestly, Kingpin's kind of odd in terms of his placement as a
Gotta take
villain.
out the
Like, a
jamming
lot of people, like, associate him with Spider-Man. Just as many people associate him with Daredevil. I do know a few people... I do know he's in, like, a few Punisher stuff.
I just took out a jamming device. That do anything?
Which, okay, if I can talk about something kind of topical, I'm not gonna talk about. Oh,
makes
snipers.
sense.
I'm not gonna
boy.
talk
Track 'em
about
down.
the situation that brought it up, but I'm just gonna say,
I
Disney.
wonder if Fisk's men had
You
anything
wanted
to do
to,
with the system
yeah, thank you,
going-
anti-gravity
Huh?
power up.
The jamming party
Disney,
didn't
you
invite
want it to be like you don't want any of your properties like related to death,
Don't...
and yet you own properties like Punisher and Deadpool.
Well, to be fair, I don't think they're...
Aliens.
Well, to be fair, I don't think they're really doing a whole lot with Punisher, because wasn't his Netflix series canceled?
A lot of Netflix series were a lot of Netflix series were canceled because move towards it.
They got canceled because Disney wants to start doing their own.
Boy.
Oh, hello. Because Disney,
Don't.
because Disney wants out of Netflix, so
Because
that's
they,
why.
because they have their own, they have that Disney Plus thingy.
Yeah.
Which even then, I doubt they're going to use that to bring back any of these shows.
Don't...
I doubt it. Maybe re-release. I don't know.
Well, if
I
they could
agree with
re-release
you.
it, that'd be nice.
Well, actually, I'm not quite sure if I'd say that completely, because I do know that, if not bring back the Netflix shows, I do know that they do have, like, a few interesting shows planned. Like, I know for a fact that they're doing stuff like a Scarlet Witch show. Let me see. I
Sometimes
think
breaking
they're
stuff is the
also...
answer.
Oh, no,
Would
wait.
be
Cloak and
fun,
Dagger's
too.
another network.
Oh, actually, can I tell you about something at work?
What's up?
Spider-Man, it's
So my friend and I, we were talking about some of the Netflix shows. In fact, in that I forgot the name of the guy who directed
Fisk was
the Iron
king
Man
kind of crime,
movies.
but he
John
didn't do it in
Favreau?
knockoff fashion.
Yeah, the John Favreau.
Sooner
He
the
had a
system
movie
is
that came
fixed,
out a while
the
ago
sooner we know
called
what they're
Chef.
planning.
Uh-huh.
It was like a passion project of his. It's about
one
a chef
jammer left.
played by him.
Don't...
Who has a falling out at his old kitchen job, and so he ends up. This is gonna be fun.
Are you gonna play? I knew you were gonna do that.
And then we have the Fusro Da. Hey,
Oh.
Oh my god.
except that's all I do is I just say, hey. They go. Is he alive?
I think he's still alive.
How's he?
You might want to go help him.
Oh, there it goes.
Oh,
There we
okay.
go.
Now I just
Tucker,
need to wreck the jammer.
I'm sorry.
I'm sure
That's
he's
where I'm
like,
still
yeah.
alive.
Don't worry, kids. He's okay. He's just sleeping
Yeah,
down there.
actually, if I could share a personal thing real quick, that reminds me
that's
of
the last of
back
them.
when I used to play
Sarah should be
Spider-Man
back
2,
online.
and you can do this, like whenever you're like fighting mooks,
Spider-Man, the
like
park system's
when
working again.
during like a random like
Any
matchup
more info
session,
on Fisk's men or those
there will
outfits?
be instances where it's.
But
Oh,
the
hang on real
system's
quick.
reporting unauthorized activity down
Oh
by
yeah,
the
no,
dock.
that's just
I'm
saying that something
sending
else going
coordinates
on.
Yeah.
But
Check it out. Gotta get to the docks
What's up,
before
Hyper?
they escape.
Sorry. Anyway, like I was saying, in Spider-Man 2, you can like when you like grab an enemy, you can take them up to like the highest point in New York, and there's one of the moves that you can get in like the combat tree called. It's basically a pile driver. You can take that mook, jump from the highest point of that world's sand map, and like have him in like the longest pile driver in existence.
I'm sure he's just
Whatever
knocked
they're
out
planning
and
to do with those,
unconscious.
it's
Also, this is the
nothing good.
Velocity suit. This
Gotta
is
find out
a
what those
original
guns are
design that was made for the game, I believe.
Oh,
Ah.
It's it has a special power that makes us go super fast, but yeah, I think it's a neat little design. Anywho, so yeah, so Jon Favreau, he plays a chef guy, and so then they made
Fire sense tingling.
yeah, the guy was noticing me. So then after after the movie did pretty okay, I think. He actually recently had a chef series on Netflix,
Snoring now.
where the idea is that he does still cook for people as the like character of the chef, and then they have celebrities on. Gentlemen,
How are
I
you?
bring to you
A
the
web.
Spider-Man.
what do I want to do? I want to have some fun here.
Don't.
Oh, well, you screwed up your chance. Just screw flashiness. Just take him out.
I don't know.
Maybe
It's
I
still
can
pretty
figure out what's
effective.
going on.
Watch this magic trick. I'm gonna make him disappear. Poof.
Guns.
He's
prison
a
guard
wizard.
uniforms and spoofed ID cards.
I didn't know he was
They were
also a
planning to bust
wizard.
Fisk out of
What's
the
Spider-Man?
The webbing is still there.
Uh-oh. The spider sense.
Oops.
Anyway, so he had on
Sorry to spoil your
people
prison break,
like
guys.
RIFD, I think his name is. He had on Robert Downey Jr., of course. He had a couple people. He had Tom Holland on it. I think Tom Holland's almost like a co-host or something.
And he's-
In a weird way, I think Jon Favreau's really come to like like and bond with Tom Holland through the movies he's done.
I won't be surprised. Honestly, Tom
so-
Holland does seem like a relatively likable guy from all I've seen of him.
Uh-oh.
He seems just about as
Don't.
like okay, not mean this at all in an offensive way, but he seems just about as like fun and somewhat naive as the Peter Parker he portrays.
In a sense, yeah.
Looks like New York's
So it's
finally
like he's
back.
not even playing a character. He's just playing himself.
Clear on my end,
I mean, it worked for Robert Downey Jr. as well.
And
So,
I guess you could also say it also worked for Ryan Reynolds.
You're on your own.
I
So-
have
Ryan
no
Reynolds
idea what
is
you're talking
Deadpool.
about.
Oh yeah,
If
he
you'll
loves it.
excuse me, I
And
have to
he's
delete my
definitely
selfies
looking
from the
forward
crime
to,
sisters.
because I do know like once now that they own Fox, they are thinking of incorporating like the Marvel Fox properties into the MCU, and I'm pretty sure Ryan knows exactly how he's gonna put
How about
Deadpool
this
into it.
used graphing calculator?
I know
in
Deadpool 3 is possibly going to be
Working in the
announced at
middle of a
Comic Con
trig
this
exam.
year.
Huh, you get what you pay for.
That seems to be the current theories that Deadpool 3 is going to be announced there. Which I would love for Ryan Reynolds to come out on stage with the Deadpool suit but wearing Mickey ears.
That'd be great.
Missed
I
another
wouldn't put it
call from
past him.
Doc.
Goodness, oh, Doc, not now! Stop calling me! I'm in the middle of work!
Pay you yet, but I've pulled enough strings to keep the wolves
Anyway,
really
back to the
going.
Chef series on Netflix. So so my friend was describing it to me, and he couldn't quite remember the names of the characters themselves. He just remembered them from the MCU. So he quote unquote said like the phrase like, "Oh yeah, so I think in the show like Happy went back to becoming a chef, and at one point he cooks for Tony Stark and Peter Parker's there." And I'm just thinking to myself like, God. I'm just now imagining that the Chef show is actually just set in the MCU, and it makes it so much cooler now.
Damn it. That does sound
That Happy kind of got tired of being security guard and he decided to become a chef, his lifelong dream. Aw, necklace.
No.
How adorable. Where'd you steal
Which
it
is-
from?
and-
Where'd you steal it from, honey?
These cameras aren't cheap.
Probably.
If Felicia's really
I would
strapped,
respond, but
how's she leaving them
I'd
lying
rather leave
around?
that to Jordan.
So, it's been like...
Also, fucking of course her name
I
would
might
be
even let you
Felicia.
catch me.
Of course.
Yeah.
So I'm
Not
trying to
today.
figure out, like, with Black Cat, it's like, I don't know if it's like...
Another
I
cat.
feel like she's almost kind of like a
Black Cat
Robin
does
Hood
enjoy
kind of person in the
playing
sense of, I almost feel like, at least from
Especially
what I'm getting from this persona, is I almost feel like Black Cat steals just because it's fun.
Yeah,
Like,
basically.
she doesn't have a long-term, like, financial plan in mind.
Not necessarily. Like, I think I do know there are like various storylines. Oh, I do know there are like various storylines that do try to add in like more layers to her and whatnot, and that is appreciated. But in the long run, she basically is just one of those on the fly, do it for fun cat battlers.
Going down.
Yeah,
Right.
what this is to end off this part. I'm going to show this off. So
I'm at the first location on your
again,
list.
throughout the game,
Just
you'll
what
be
I found.
finding different kinds of strongholds. Up until this
Give the
point, we've
lady
been
a
going to
prize.
those like construction
See if you can
sites of
figure out what they're up
kingpins
to
and beating
while I
up
introduce
mooks.
myself.
Now we are in what I guess the Act 2 equivalent of them are, which are the
Warehouses.
demons. Yeah, the demons' warehouses. Their little hideouts, which again pretty much just amount to beat up all the guys and then just have a big old like brawl session.
And remember not to get caught, otherwise it'll be all your fault.
Yep, and everyone's gonna laugh.
Actually, speaking of laughs, sorry, I took a minute. I saw like a post someone made that's like, type Wario with your eyes closed. I ended up with Warop.
It's a me, War Up.
I was just making
That
it.
soun's like a
I'm
war
just starting to think,
operation,
when I
like
think of
he's in the
Warop, I'm thinking it's either some kind of like other company Wario owns, or like a I'm trying to think of the franchise. Call
shorthand-
of Duty
a shorthand-
knockoff with Wario in it.
I was, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Shorthand for War Operation.
Hey, pat on the back.
So,
Dear Diary. That's the closest I could do.
Dear Diary. Ouch.
Dear Diary, my leg.
See, I just think that's that dog one. It's a dog viral meme, right?
Nope.
It's like Dear Diary.
Dear Diary. Okay, hold on, I got one. Dear Diary, Spider-Man punched me in the face today. I'm never gonna wash this face off again.
Oh, you know what? Just going back when we were toying with the idea of going to MJ with the spider boxers, I had this idea in mind where it's like Spider-Man's just like leaning against the door to her saying, "I need a place to stay," and MJ just stands there. All you see is just her pulling up a book and a pencil. Dear Diary, you are not going to believe what I'm about to write down and use.
Demons.
she sounds out to use. And then if not, it reminds me of this funny bit from the Conjun House series where it's like he keeps throwing his book at people. Where it's like Conjun, like he had a diary. It's like, first he has the diary. He's writing like, "Dear Diary, today I have successfully conned the smartest man," and then the guy comes in. It's like, "Where's my money?" It's like, "Oh yeah, how about this?" He throws the diary, but then immediately freeze frames to him holding a second diary. "Dear Diary, I'm about to throw my diary at this dude's face, making him the most owned man alive since ever." And then
You know,
just hits him in
that's
the
funny.
face and just no
Like the-
response.
Like, the only joke I can really say I remember from Kajin was back when he brought back, like, Smash Hall, like, during his DDD montage. He's about to get spiked off. It's like,
Oh, yeah.
is what I would have said if I didn't suck at this game.
I love that. Is what I would have said. He's just. I know it's not. It can't all be improvised because it's clearly like editing. But like, I like his style of writing.
It's just a dude that wants to have fun playing as one of what you used to be
Oh,
one of the worst Smash.
That totally
characters in,
didn't snap his neck, I swear.
Yeah.
Wait, DDD was really bad.
In Smash 4 he was, yes. Ultimate he did get better.
I wasn't in Brawl exactly. I don't remember him being
Brawl I
terrible.
heard he was pretty damn good.
I show him off in the spoilers. I'm in plenty of Subspace Emissary commentary. I show him off in that a fair bit just because I was kind of used to him. He's definitely heavier. What is this guy doing?
Oh,
Well, he's a heavy character,
Don't
that's
die.
without saying.
Wow, those guys are truly the elite soldiers.
They truly are the pinnacle of demonhood.
What's that moaning I heard?
MJ, call the
Heard
police.
All
moaning in
wrapped
my
up in
right
their
ear.
little
Demons are
cocoon.
I
incapacitated.
just heard a moaning in my right ear. There was like, it's like, oh. So yeah. With that said, like I probably should also say, apart from apart from a couple important cutscenes and definitely one important sequence coming up in the next part, so a lot of things are going to start really picking up towards the end of Act 2 and definitely throughout Act 3 to such a point where I kind of don't want to have a lot of side quests to do because I feel like that's going to really break up the pacing of
so
those
you want to
later
try to get as
acts.
many of them done as you can now before you start the end of Act 2?
Yeah, so just a heads up, the next couple parts going to be a lot of like side quests, like side stuff. There'll be
Alright.
definitely a couple of big plot things, but just as a heads up, there'll be a little bit more of the stopping to smell the roses kind of things for the next couple parts.
Stop and smell the roses as people are dying.
Stop and smell the roses until you realize you can't really do that through a mask.
I can't smell. Bye, everybody.
But yeah, for some reason they can blink. How?
Triggers.